What's going on, YouTube? Listen. I thought we'd do something a little bit different today. I got a DM about this. Someone shared this Eminem interview with me with Ice-T that I've never ever seen before, where Eminem talks about the art of rap, talks about a little bit of his influences and what goes into it. And I thought, you know what? Let's get into the mind of one of the greatest MCs of all time and kind of hear it from his perspective and see what he thinks on things. So that's exactly what we're going to check out right now.
How the fuck he got an Oscar? Passed out in his red Mazda with his fucking head in his pasta in the parking lot of Kmart.
Red Mazda, head in his pasta. He's just raw freestyling this? Like, he just immediately comes in with the multi-syllable schemes like it's absolutely nothing. Like, so many people can only freestyle, like, you know, one scheme at a time, not having internal schemes on top of that. Anyways, keep rolling.
Across from the Red Lobster, looking like the Loch Ness Monster, dressed like a cross-dressed mobster. Talk is cheap because...
Loch Ness Monster, cross-dress... I mean, come on.
Looking like the Loch Ness Monster, dressed like a cross-dressed mobster. Talk is cheap, it costs less to gossip. I'd probably be a lot less hostile if you snots kept your snozzers out the air holes who get fucked in all 7 holes. Ass, mouth, pussy, yeah, both ears, and ha, yes, nostrils. At the Oz Fest with Nas bumping down...
Bro, I'm sat there like, wait, fucking 7? There's more holes you can do things? Wow, no, we're not doing that. Okay, we're not getting sexual today. That was wrong, Knox. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not a good person.
Ass, mouth, pussy, yeah, both ears, and ha, yes, nostrils. At the Oz Fest with Nas bumping DOS effects and erect up dots and then drop 2 extra strength watts and Vicodin out my...
Love the DOS effect shout out. He can't help himself. He's always got to pay homage.
If they cost less, I'm a hot mess because I tripped and got my head stuck in a wasp nest in the process. Awesome. Drunk as fuck, one sock pulling my boxes up with boxing gloves, but I keep dropping my fucking binoculars. Got 2
boxes up with boxing glove binoculars. I mean, just so casually slant rhymes that and just has that on deck.
One sock pulling my boxes up with boxing gloves, but I keep dropping my fucking binoculars. Got 2 fucking hydroxy cuts and 4 oxy stuck in my esophagus. These 3 lesbian little stocky sluts thought I swallowed 2 hockey pucks. Started screaming, "Serves you right, you cocky fuck. That's what you get for mocking us. Ain't as cool as you thought you was. Bitch, all I did when I walked up was have my dick in a sock. Said it's a sock puppet, so no strings attached. You can all suck it. Chicka, get it? Oh, fuck it. Shit's about to get hairy as motherfucker.
No strings attached. You can all suck it, right? There's going to be no strings attached after this, but also playing off of the sock puppet scheme because there's literally no strings attached to it. Having sex with no strings attached. Sock puppet with no strings attached. Dropping in the bars and just the crazy multi-syllable schemes. Come on.
Attached. You can all suck it. Chicka, get it? Oh, fuck it. Shit's about to get
Slim
hairy as
Shady.
motherfucking Chewbacca's nuts, cocksuckers.
That might be one of my favorite bars ever. I mean, the poetry of that one. Shit's about to get hairier than Chewbacca's nuts. That's some hairy shit right there.
Get hairy as motherfucking Chewbacca's nuts, cocksuckers. When I came out, I think maybe I gave people a voice, like, I don't know, maybe from the other side. Like, I represented the other side of the tracks. Like, here's this world, you know, that you may not know about. And the people who lived in that world and knew what I was talking about, I think I gave them a voice.
I used to rap and I used to play around with it, and then I went to this club, and I wasn't a rapper at the time, but I kind of knew how to rhyme, and I went to a club called the Carolina West, and they had a rap contest, and Curtis Blow was the judge. And I went up and said the little rhymes I had in my head, you know, and I won. And the fact that a real rapper said I won, I went home that night like, maybe I could do this.
The first time,
bro, that is such validation right there. And I'll tell you a quick anecdote. I've got a song I'm working on right now, and I've got a list of people that are just like on my bucket list of features. And I reached out to one of them with this track, and they heard the track, and they're like, "Wow, you can rap. Like, I want to get on this." And it's happening. And I'm not going to give anything away, but I get that though. You know, when you have someone that you respect, who's such a legend, all of a sudden validates you, the confidence that it gives you, the way that it pushes you psychologically forward.
I went home that night like, maybe I could do this.
The first time I grabbed the mic, like in front of actual people that mattered, you know what I'm saying? Like at a club, I got booed. I remember that.
Been there.
It was very traumatic for me. And I think I had, at that point, like the 8 Mile thing was kind of, that's when I was taken from or whatever. So I just remember that being so...
That's dope to know though, because, you know, obviously 8 Mile, while based off of Eminem's story, it's, you know, it's not a biography per se. So the fact that of him getting booed was actually inspired by him actually getting booed in real life. I never knew that. That's a dope point.
Right. Yes,
taken
sir.
from or whatever. So I just remember that being so fucking traumatic. And I think I went home like, man, I quit.
Right.
And then, you know, maybe a couple days later, week later, hour later, whatever it was, I don't know. I got the urge to like, no, man, I gotta get up, gotta do it again.
That's right. Thank God.
You really gotta live.
I think that's what it is, honestly, because M is an MC. And as an artist, you just never stop creating, no matter what happens, because it just goes to show his longevity. Like, that was just a minor setback, and he kept going. But the thing is it's his passion for it, his love for it, and almost like his need. He's just wired. He's wired to have rap as an outlet. He's wired to make music. He's wired to be an MC. I don't know if he's ever going to truly retire and walk away from rap music, because that's just in his chemistry and who he is, how he functions.
I gotta get up, gotta do it again.
That's right. Thank God.
You really gotta live it. My mind, 24/7, aside from family stuff, obviously, is constantly thinking of ways to bend words, or, you know, I may, like, if I don't got paper, I'll write it on my hand or whatever. And sometimes when I fill up the hand, then I'll transfer it to paper.
Did they tumble out of your head complicated? Because you write complicated rhymes.
Well, that's a new fucking scheme right there. Him and all of his, like, you know, beating the pad rhymes and playing off of the pen and the pad in the laboratory. Like, now he's literally dropping shit off the palms of his hand, but his palms were sweaty. Then who knows what amazing Eminem rhymes we've lost over time.
And then I'll transfer it to paper.
Did they tumble out of your head complicated? Because you write complicated rhymes.
Oh, yeah.
I wake up in the morning and they just fall out.
Yeah. So do they come complicated, or do you complicate them?
Sometimes
I think you develop it
what I
over
love
time.
about rap is that it feels like it's puzzles to me. Like words are like puzzles, and trying to figure out a puzzle and trying to figure out what word can go here and how many words can I make. Like, if I can take a rhyme, like, I'm real into the craft, like, just of the, you know, MCing, and I feel like I always think, like, how can I figure this puzzle out? Like, how can I take words and put them at the end of the sentence, but in between maybe make some words rhyme in between that rhyme, and like sandwich them. You know what I'm saying? Like, so sandwich those words and try to make them rhyme inside of the phrase, and then come back outside and try to.
I mean, that's what we talk about on this channel. You know, I spend so much time, and sometimes people get mad at me for it, but I don't care, because that's a part of the art of MCing. It's not just about the fucking bars, right? It's not just about the wordplay that you bring. It's about the rhyming capabilities as well. And I love Eminem's rhyme schemes, and I'm always going to point them out, because he has so many complex internal schemes, like he's talking about, that he sandwiches when we call those condensed rhymes. And then he's got great external schemes. He'll go A to B, then he'll throw B at the beginning, come back with A, dropping a C in between. Like, he's so good at having these intricate schemes, and it is like a fucking puzzle, man. Like, when you write, like, I just wrote a song the other day, and, you know, I got up to like 12 rhyming syllables per line, and then I pushed it even further. Shit, I had like 16 running at one point. And yeah, it is like you just see it like it's a fucking light bright, man, and you start like trying to line it up and interlock those schemes and those sibilances and bend it all into your will.
Those words and try.
It's like fucking putting together Legos. It's dope, man. There's no greater rush than that.
Make them rhyme inside of the phrase, and then come back outside and try to rhyme with the word that I ended on the snare. You know, like, I just like. I'm kind of real into the technical part of it. I studied everybody, man. I studied you. I studied fucking KRS. I studied
KRS
Tretch, Naughty by Nature.
Tretch is difficult to rap like, because Tretch is like, his shit is really complicated.
He is, and he's off kilter too.
I can click, clack, pat, tat. Wait, what was he say? I can click, clack, snap, rap, pat, tat, a tat, tat. Take that ass to the point you have to ask for your ass back. The fucking Joker smoke.
Take your ass to the point where you have to ask for your ass back. You see right there how Tretch just gets into like that faster scheme and then smoothly comes out of it. You can see where M got that style from.
Taunted by knowing if I was born in Shang-Li's temple, I would have turned out a shogun. That song, Yoke the Joker, when that shit came out, I swear to God, I was in my peak at rap, and what I mean is, like, when I realized this is what I want to do with my life.
Right.
And Proof came over.
Right.
He brought the fucking tape.
Right.
And my world ended. Like, I was like, oh my God, what the fuck is this? Like, literally, I didn't write a rap for the whole summer.
Right.
Oh,
I
shit.
didn't write a rap for the whole
Fucking
summer.
around with
like,
Tretch.
Yo, that dude was, I mean, he's still incredible.
Wow.
Final
I mean,
thoughts on the art.
yo, real quick, like one thing I want to point out right there, like when he just jumped straight into Tretch's verse, right? And a very complex technical verse that he's got memorized and that he knows by heart, just to drop that right on the spot, like no cues, no being set up for it. Like he's got it. He's got it ingrained. And that just shows how much Eminem studies a game. And like people ask me, like, do you have any tips for MCing? Like, you know, how do I improve my pen game? And here's a great example right here of someone who operates at such a high level, but he's letting you a little bit into his world. And one of the ways that he operates is that level is because he studies. This is like a fucking class for him. You know, this is him, hip hop 101 in session. I mean, and he studies the greats and he studies so many other artists. I mean, shit, he even turned to T and told Ice-T, I studied you. Like I've studied so much. Imagine being in the interview and having Eminem tell you that, yeah, I studied and learned from you. I mean, that's humbling right there and flattering, I would say. But it just goes to show that he learns and studies the greats. And then not only that, he practices. Because obviously you got to practice that to get that tongue twister around, to get that delivery, that style, to do it in that way. And that's one of the best ways to learn is like take your favorite rap verses, take your most complex rap verses that you like listening to, memorize that shit and practice it. Practice and practice and practice so you get it down. And as you're doing it and as you're delivering it, it helps you because you learn how to breathe when you deliver it. You learn how to operate your diction. You learn how to get your tongue out in front of words. You learn how to think like them and operate in that style. And then you do enough of that, practice, and you build and build. And that's how you start to build your own repertoire. That's how you start to build your own technicals and skill set with it. Great example showed right here through M.
Oh, that dude was, I mean, he's still incredible.
Final thoughts on the art of rap, which you are one of the grandmasters at now.
Final thoughts. Shit, I don't know. I mean, I certainly feel like if it wasn't for rap, like, obviously I wouldn't be here, but it gave me a voice, it gave me an outlet, it gave me strength. Fuck, man, you know, what I just came back from, you know, overdose and the whole.
You know what's so funny is Eminem is such a, I want to say like a belligerent character on records. You know what I mean? Like he's so out there. He exudes so much personality on the tracks, and it's so funny watching him do an interview like this when he's just sat here talking to T, and he's just like, he's so dropped down. Like he's so much on a different register compared to the beast that he becomes when he gets on records.
Fuck, man, you know what I just came back from, you know, overdose and the whole shit, you know, like without rap, I wouldn't have been able to get through it. I mean, obviously without my daughters, I wouldn't have been able to get through the fucking thing, but when you hit that wall, like how quick can you bounce back?
I love that line.
And if it was
shout out to my two baby girls, man. They are get me through so much. I feel that line.
for rap, I wouldn't have been able to bounce back. You know, this is the one thing that I feel like I have that, you know, I can do well. So if I didn't have this, I don't know what. I really can't do fucking thing else, you know. Except for play basketball, I'm kind of fucking nasty. But like.
Oh
rap
shit,
is
Eminem
just,
can ball?
You know, it's
Has Eminem got a J?
everything to me. Like this is my world. This is, you know what I'm saying? Like this is what I do. Like
Yeah, I mean, that is the words of an MC. And I've said this so many times before, like there's a difference between a rapper and an MC. A rapper who just makes words rhyme, you know, might capitalize on trends, who just, you know, is in it for monetary gains and different values. And an MC who breathes it, who exudes it, who studies it, who embodies it, who puts their heart and soul into it, who needs it, who can't function without this outlet. And I think that just goes to show M's passion and everything that he brings to the table and gives just right there. I mean, this is just dope, just seeing what makes Eminem tick and what makes him M, really.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, is that Royce? Hey.
It's
was just to play records. What more could you ask? But then came
remixing,
remixes,
scratching and cuts.
which was too much for many.
Yo, he's doing Reckless.
So some DJs nuts, but the DJ named Glove has reigned supreme on it as it went.
As a turntable wizard of the
Hip-hop scene.
So listen to him, check it out. But remember this, when the gloves on the
Wheels
wheels
are
are
steel,
steel, he's
reckless. Oh man, that's so great. I mean, what better moment than that right there at the end when he just pays homage to Ice-T, shouting out that was back in the 80s, man, shouting out Reckless and just like delivering that. That's what a moment. What a moment. It just goes to show how M just so appreciates the culture, is always giving back to the history, always studying it, always exuding it, and just, you know, really being an example of how you operate as an MC within hip-hop. That was cool. That was a cool little look into M's world. Eminem, you were Knoxville certified. So, if you guys like today's video, as always, be sure to smash the like button. Yeah. So, if you guys like today's video, as always, be sure to smash that like button. Listen up here at the end. Obviously, enjoying the content. Do me a huge, huge favor, guys. Support the channel directly. Subscribe, notifications on. As always, just a reminder, stay safe, stay positive. It's Knoxville. Catch you again. I'm out.